So this is a follow-up to the NCAA Trans Champion video that's on this channel. This is coming to us from thedailymail.com. I'm the one at a disadvantage. Trans athlete who won the women's 400-meter hurdles at the NCAA Championship claims her body is going through so many complications that she is the weakest female at the starting line. This is written by Luke Kitten and Megan Sheets. This really reminds me of my dad, because my entire life he would always say, "Boy, you be an ugly woman." And when I came home from college, I had my ears pierced, and he just looked at me, shook his head, and said, "Boy, you be an ugly woman." CeCe Telfer made history when she became the first transgender woman to clinch an NCAA track title when she won the women's 400-meter hurdles in May. We already know this, but ever since her triumph, it's been shrouded in controversy, sparking debate in the running world amid concerns that transgender athletes have an advantage that you do. I'm sure you believe that. The problem is that what a person believes and what reality is are two different things, right? I mean, how many women were believing that, their man was faithful, but they found them cheating, or vice versa? Because trust me, it's devastating either way that works out. If anything, me competing against cisgender women is a disadvantage because my body is going through so many medical implications, not even consequences. Golly, you are not a transgender athlete who has competed as a man before when it was okay, yeah, See, this is why I don't like the Daily Mail, because they will stuff the video with so much redundancy in order to, reach a certain paragraph or word count. And that's what a lot of that is. Okay. Yeah, we read all of this. All right. Okay, we already read this. Okay, it's going through biochemistry changes, being on hormone replacement therapy. Your muscle is deteriorating. You lose a lot of strength because testosterone is where you get your strength, your agility. 100% correct. And the deal is that when you have testicles, those testicles are just automatic testosterone builders. You have, I'm assuming this person's like 17, 16. So you have and they've only been going through the procedure for a year. So you have all the previous years of testosterone built up in your body. That's why you that strong-faced. Telfer added that she needs to work twice as hard to maintain her strength as her cis female counterparts. But the deal is that, you can work how do I put this? Because it's like, you can work as hard as you want, but you're not going to be able to compete with the guys, but you're already at an advantage over the women. You're just getting way better way stronger than the women as is. How do you think a lot of tropes and stereotypes, particularly when it comes to the difference in the biological sexes, how do you think they came to be? Women can't open pickle jars, right? Oh my goodness, because of a lack of upper body strength. It's just the way we're designed. It's the design. I have to work twice as hard to keep that strength. If I slack a day, that's like 3 days set behind. So I have to keep up my workouts. I can't drink. I can't eat unhealthy because it's going to impact me harder. Deal is that you may not be able to slack a day, but you have 15, 16 years of an advantage. Claims that testosterone could give her an advantage were also quashed by the up-and-coming runner. As Telfer says, she's taking hormone suppressors and therefore it provides no benefits. Yeah, I'm not with you on that one, family. I'm really not. Because, you can suppress all the hormones you want. You are built. You are a mountain of testosterone. That's what most men are. So is still baked into you, you woke up with an advantage physically on average, because definitely not all, but on average, we're just stronger, taller, bigger, and built to actually pick things up and put them down. That's another disadvantage, she said. Cis women are producing more testosterone than average trans female, but that's the thing. like everyone has both testosterone and estrogen in them. This is XY chromosomes. That's the truth. But the deal is, so women do have testosterone in them, but it's more dormant. It's definitely more dormant than what, like, with men, as our muscles fire off and react. I mean, we're just completely built differently, physiologically differently. It's so crazy. I'm the crazy one. To be the weakest female, the weakest link in the chain, to be competing against the top ones, I should be fingered as the stupid one for wanting to do that in the first place. Well, we agree on the destination. I just don't think we agree on the journey. Like, oh yeah, you should be fingered as the stupid one, but for different reasons. Telfer believes her unprecedented victory marked the beginning of a powerful movement, insisting her gold medal has empowered her as a female athlete. But you're not. Telfer's coach, okay, we're just going to ignore that because it's the coach. They'll take whatever wins that they can get. I mean, you saw Ladybugs, right? Or, Bad News Bears. I mean, if you can get a ringer, get yourself a ringer. I mean, does it always have to be a black guy? I'm just curious. Does it always, like, particularly when it comes to athletics? I mean, with the politics, it's always, gentlemen or ladies, whatever the heck they want to be called, of wider skin tones. But in the athletics, it's always brothers that, couldn't hack it against the other brothers. But you go out there and start running against, a couple of white girls, no offense, ladies. Yeah, you're going to blow them out. I mean, come on. This looks ridiculous. Do you see? Look at the one on the left. Can I zoom this? I can't zoom it in, but look at the face of the one on the left. Oh man, she's just looking like, man, life is hard. Life is real hard. And you're cheating these women, man. You really are, by sitting there, standing there, and proclaiming yourself this female figure now when you're not a female. I mean, it really is unfair. And I feel bad for all of these ladies, because you shouldn't be having to compete against this guy. Telfer was born and raised as Craig and competed in the men's team at Franklin Pierce University. Blase, waze, woo. And that's the thing. None of this, like, it makes sense from their standpoint, because, if I can go break some records, get my name in a few history books, and all I got to do is say, oh man, I feel like a chick, and go through like a year of hormone suppressants, me personally, it's not something that I would do. I don't feel like the risk is worth it. Not really the risk. I just don't feel like even the reward is worth it. I don't feel like the reward is worth it. But nope, some of us have no shame. I mean, honestly, this just proves Tommy Sotomayor right. Like man, the fatherless America. This is what you did. And another thing, when I say black guys, please believe there is a distinction between black guys and descendants of American slavery. So, his people might be from, Zimbabwe or Tanzania or wherever else. So, yeah, like me, nah, homie, we ain't like that. Her last competition was as Craig in January when she finished 8th in the field of 9 in the men's 400 meters at the Middlebury Winter Classic in Vermont. And that really tells you all that you need to know, that she couldn't hack it against the guys. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to run as a chick. Under NCAA guidelines, male athletes are eligible to compete as women if they suppress their testosterone levels for a full calendar year. But the NCAA is a trash organization that really doesn't. The only reason the NCAA even exists is because it got there first. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're not a school. They just happen to be at the right place at the right time to get the type of power that they now wield, but without paying the athletes in basketball and the real drivers. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the NCAA can go. Telfer's coach Emerson claims that the vast improvement she is displaying this current season versus the previous 3 comes down to increase in the effort she puts. It's so funny. It'd be so funny if it weren't so sad. And hello there. Who's Brina? Hi, Brina. She's cute. I like her. I mean, physically, of course. I don't know this person from a hole in the wall, but yeah, she bad. Let's get my dude out of it. Yeah, she's bad though. She got a nice little cute Mia Khalifa smile, like that big wide smile. Like, hi, hello. Oh man, she's been incredibly motivated this year, and I think the transition to 1,000,000% had something to do with it. It's like night and day as far as what she's willing to do as an athlete and how committed she was. Emerson said, "This is the coach. Come on, you take a ringer. As most coaches would take a ringer if they could get away with it. You can get away with it. So yeah, of course you're going to be cool with it." Telfer's most recent championship, which made her Franklin Pierce University's first gold medalist in the event, has reignited the debate over whether the issues surrounding transgender athletes are being handled fairly, and they are not. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to put an actual woman, hey, Brina, how you doing, girl, next to whatever the hell that is. Deal with that. No. Nah, this is like, no, you're taller, you're stronger, you're faster. It doesn't make the only reason it makes sense is because you wanted the gold. That's it. It's really the most selfish thing that people can do. And one of the problems that I have is that as a society, we are gearing towards, encouraging and pressing this forward. I'm not here to encourage this because you've screwed over everybody with the exception of beautiful Brina right there. That smile. It's one of those smiles that just makes me happy. Like she has that's a very infectious smile that you got there, darling. Let's get him out the picture again. That's a very infectious smile that you got there, darling. Oh man, she's dope. Like I like that. Like I don't want to sit there and call her my type because I don't know her as a person, but it's nice to have a little eye candy. In this article, Robert Johnson broached the topic in a column for Let'sRun.com, writing the fact that Telfer can change her gender and immediately become a national champion is proof positive as to why women's sports needs protection. And I stand with that. I stand with women's sports. I mean, granted, I don't watch it, but I do believe that this opportunity should be exclusive to women. You had the opportunity to prove yourself as a man, and guess what? You came up short in that area. So there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're not all perfect. We're not all meant to be these great things that we have built up in our head. But I mean, one thing I will give Miss Telfer is that's commitment, man. That is commitment. Ooh. Australian running champion Tamsin Manoa also says Telfer title is unfair and falls into concerning gray area. Not really. There's no gray area. This is unfair. Like, this is not cool. Like, you see, like, the only other, like, the two guys, there's another guy, and he's of the shorter variety. But she's like, I assume the guy on the far right is Mr. Emerson, and, they're about the same height. She's actually maybe a little bit taller than Mr. Emerson. And then you got it right next to beautiful Brina. And like, it's not even a comparison. We're not the same thing. And this idea that men and women are the exact same thing is just insanity incarnate. And it really just needs to be snuffed out. You gotta put that down. She said the female category in elite sports is currently vulnerable and not being protected to ensure a fair and even competition. I think it's important that people understand that it's not about gender identity. Mano says this is an issue that is surrounding whether you was born as biologically, what your sex is. And that's the thing about gender. So stop using the gender terminology. Let's just completely do away with the gender nonsense, because gender's only reason for even existing is to subvert biological sex. That's it. Is to sit there and say, oh, no, there's no differences. What do you mean we're wired differently? What do you mean we're built differently? Nuh-uh. That woman can go work and run that. On average, that woman can go work and run that construction site. And on average, that man can do, well, whatever it is chicks do. That man can birth women. I did a video about that, right? Like, not all women, like only women don't have abortions or something like that. Come on, man. These things are nuts. This is just way too much of an advantage with male competing against a female. However, the NCAA disagrees about the advantage, and that's why the NCAA gotta go. NCAA is trash, yo. The organization's transgender handbook states, according to medical experts on this issue, the assumption that a transgender woman competing on a women's team would have a competitive advantage outside the range of performance and competitive advantage or disadvantage that already exists amongst female athletes is not supported by evidence. Yeah. Wow. So if you're not willing to believe your eyes, I shouldn't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. I genuinely believe that. If someone's unwilling to believe their own eyes, then you know what? Because we're going to go back. Beautiful Brina. Oh my goodness. I'm a fan. I'm going to go see if she got an Instagram or something. Look at these two next to each other. Look at them next to each other. Do you really believe these are the same thing? Do these things really come across to you as the same thing? By all means. Please. That's what the comments are for, right? This is what the comments are for. You tell me. Actually, this is where we're going to end this video. Because this idea that men and women are the exact same is complete buckus. All right? It's gobbledygook. And I've been using that word a lot. It's because it's a fun word to say. Gobbledygook. But, Brina, we can do that. Okay, we're going to leave this on Brina. We're going to leave this on a real woman. Because, yeah, that's definitely a real. Oh, there we go. Get him out of the way. Get him out. Hey, girl. What up? I'm ridiculous. So, with this beautiful young lady, oh my goodness. So, because that's the thing, she just got finished running and everything, and she's still this cute. So, you know when she done up, she is on fire. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this video to an end. If you liked it, like it. If you dislike it, come see me. I don't care. Go ahead. Dislike it. I ain't scared. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. Share because sharing is caring. And speak. Let me know. What do you think? I mean, is this and this the same thing? Is that and that the same thing? Can you genuinely look me in the eye and tell me that beautiful slice of feminine just joy? Look at her hands, man. She's so pretty. She's adorable. And this dude, no, we can't see those mannish hands. Of course not. No, they're not the same thing. And Brina, this has nothing to do with you, darling. You know, by all means, live your life, my dear. I just you should have been running with women on your team. I mean, I ain't gonna be mad at you though for taking the check, because that smile, oh my goodness, so fantastic. And then you got that, yeah, we all right. So with that being said, all the internet stuff, and until the next video, later.